back to another lesson. It's Tuesday. Didn't do one last Tuesday because the Greta Van Fleet tune came out on the Friday and I did a lesson on Saturday or Sunday, so I figured take a little break. I had a busy week with school anyways, so I needed a little bit of extra time for exams and such. It's midterm season, so got lots of stuff going on with school. So looking at AC/DC Shot in the Dark today. Did this cover a little bit like a couple weeks ago, I think now. Said I'd do a lesson on it, so here we are. This one, not too difficult. I'll go through amp settings. Again, everything is pretty much in the middle for the balance. My gain is about half. I've got, it's on the lowest overdrive setting for this amp. And then on my guitar, I'm using a bridge pickup and my tone knob is at about 7, 8-ish. And my volume, I just go all the way with the volume. But you can turn the volume down to about 8 or 7-ish as well, just to get compared to, so it's a little bit of a darker tone when you turn that volume down as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Those are the settings I'm using. I'm just going to be on full volume for this video. The standard tuning we've got here, typical AC/DC with the exception of older stuff, but standard tuning. And let's get right into this riff. So I'm on 7th fret, D string and G string, and I play them both together. So you play 7th, D and G, and then 5th, D and G, and then you hammer on to 6th on the G string. So, and then you go 7th D, 6th G. So this first part, and then back to 7th. So 7th, 5th, hammer on, and then I play the 7th of the D string. So like that, and then you go back. So it's the same kind of repeating riff here, and then you go to, it's a D power chord. So that's just 2nd fret G string, 3rd fret B. So like a D major chord without the E string. I talk about that a lot on the channel. Gives you that nice A bass. Nice solid chord. And then a G major chord twice. So, and then back to, and now here is where it gets a little bit different. So same intro to the riff. And then this time you're going to bar the 5th fret B string and E string. So, and then back. Now it goes into the drums come in and everything. So the intro's done. I'll play the whole intro slowly. Drums come in. Same pattern for this part. Now down here, instead of going D to G, you're just going the D power chord twice. And then back here. And same as the second time on the first part of the riff. So that bar on the 5th fret, B and E. And now this is where it gets into the verse. So this part, I'm just barring 2nd fret D and G, so it's like an A power chord. So you play that, and then I kind of pull it off. And I play the A and D open. Kind of like that. So on, off, on, and then on, off, on, and then that D power chord twice. So now on this 3rd time here, you're you're going to keep that held. So when you go on, off, on, you're going to keep that held instead of muting it. So. And then again. And now you're going to go, this is where the timing's a little bit tricky, and it kind of tripped me up when I was initially learning it too, is so you'll count beat 1, 1, 1. So you'll 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So count beat 1 and then 4 times playing the G major chord. 1. And after 4 times on the G, you go to the D. And then, so twice on the D, twice on the G, and then. So that repeats twice. So we'll do that all together slowly just because it was kind of split up there. 1. 1. Now, what I'm doing here is I do a C major chord, but then I add the G on top. So regular C major position, and then pinky goes down 3rd fret on the E string. So you're playing 3rd A, 2nd D, open G, 1st B, and 3rd on the E. And then G, and then this goes into the chorus. So D power chord, and then 4th fret A string, and you kind of let that D power chord ring while you're playing. So 4th A string, 2nd fret A string, and then A power chord. You hold that, and then you play it, play, strum, strum, and then switch chord. Third time. Now this time you're going to, excuse me, you're going to a C major chord. So C, and then you pull off your 2nd and 3rd finger. So your 1st finger stays planted on that 1st fret of the D string. And then you go to 2nd fret A string with your 2nd finger. And then you kind of pull it off, open A, and you keep your 1st finger planted. So it's just descending that C major scale. And then you go to that G major chord. So C chord twice. And then your D power chord. So I'll do the 4th time of the chorus. So third time and 4th time. So. Now this goes back to intro riff. But here you're playing the D power chord instead of. So you just keep going with it. And the 2nd time, of course, you do that bar B and E, 5th fret. Back into the verse. And then, of course, it goes on. Chorus, back into the chorus, then it goes chorus, and the rest I will cover on my Patreon page. So there's the lead up into the solo and the guitar solo that I still haven't covered yet. Those will be covered on Patreon. I'll leave the link down in the description box below if you guys want to learn the solo, if you've enjoyed the lesson. I've also had people who've met, a couple people message me saying, you know, is there a place I can send you a couple bucks for the work you do on YouTube? Go ahead to Patreon and you get benefit from it too. It's not just like a PayPal where you drop a couple bucks. Like you get access to lots of lessons in there. They're full, in depth, go into everything. And if you really liked this and you want to learn more, got lots on there. Some of which I haven't even posted on YouTube because I just some lessons I was only putting on Patreon for a time there. So if you like this, Patreon down in the description box below. Go check it out. Lots of lessons there. Also, I'll leave my Instagram down below. Check that one out too, because sometimes I post there when I don't post here if it's a guitar solo or something. So yeah, for those of you sticking on YouTube, thanks for coming by. I hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, keep on rocking.